Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Uncle Mad here today on the channel, the first in a kind of week-long series of videos. Haven't done anything like this in a while. It's been a little bit sporadic so far this year on the channel, but if you've been following the channel for a while, you know me and Jessica are regular patrons of the Bahia Principe resorts all throughout the Caribbean. We've been to Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Mexico, done multiple series on those trips here on the channel. They've been very popular. People seem to like them. They find them helpful for planning their own trips. Something similar is happening this week. One half of us is headed down to the Dominican Republic to stay at the Bahia Principe resort there. And if you can tell, because I'm still here in the backyard, it's not me. Jesta and Sissy, as we speak, time of filming, Sunday, May 12th, Mother's Day. They are en route to the Dominican Republic. I believe they're currently in a layover in Atlanta. I had to take them to the airport here in Nashville at like 3 o'clock in the morning today. They're going down there. They're going to have a great week, a lot of fun. Meanwhile, it's just me and the crew. Stuck at home, Bachelor for the week. So I thought, what better time to like get some stuff going on the channel. It's been mostly Nashville SC match days and a handful of other random stuff, Catter Day, of course, but figured it'd be a good week, document what I get into, what I get up to, how I occupy my time with the entire house to myself for a week. So it's Bachelor Week 2024. While other people are partying on the beach, I will be here doing things. I've got some ideas for maybe some cooks on the Blackstone. Obviously, there is going to be 2 Nashville SC games this week, so those will be included as a part of Bachelor Week. But just in general, we're just going to go along, see what we got going on. It's Mother's Day today, as I mentioned, so got some activities to get done today. I'm already in the United gear. We're going to go to the patio, watch the United matches we tend to do. Some fun stuff planned with my family for Mother's Day tonight, but we'll see how it goes. It's like a reverse Bahia week series. If you want to see what it's like down at Bahia, I've got plenty of videos from our time there. Go back and watch any of those, but unfortunately, this is going to be a lot of me in Nashville this week. This is going to be my problem child for this week. Minnie. She does this sometimes. I don't know why. Sometimes you let her outside and instead of just doing her business and coming back, she goes and like hides in this back corner of the backyard and just like refuses to move or come back in and just stares at you like a crazy person. Also, the grass is super deep. I'm gonna have to cut the grass today. I've been trying to avoid it because I didn't want to get like bombarded by cicadas while I was trying to cut the grass, but it's time to get it done. Update on the grass, by the way, the electric mower. Did a video of that a while back. It's been working pretty well. No issues so far. As if 4 cats, 3 dogs, is that math right? Yeah, 4 cats and 3 dogs isn't enough. I also have to take care of Sissy's bird this week. Gert. I don't know if I've had Gert on the channel any before, but this is Gert. She mostly just chirps and keeps to herself, so she's not high maintenance. It's easy enough to deal with. This is going to be quite the week. Quick update. We got Minnie inside. Speaking of updates, this feels like a good a time as any to discuss kind of the recent status of the channel, because I said at the start of the year that we weren't going to keep up with what we did last year of doing, nonstop daily vlogs. It was going to be more going back to what we did from like the early days of the channel, where if I have something worth vlogging, I vlog it and make a video. If not, no videos. I had intended to keep up with doing the Friday night live streams because those are always fun, get a handful of people in the chat discussing Nashville SC, Manchester United, Titans, wrestling, whatever's going on, and my interest coming up that weekend. It was always a fun way to start the weekend, just kind of break everything down, look at it, and chat about it with like-minded people. But I haven't been doing that recently because, one, I mentioned this in passing probably a few times on the channel, I'm a soccer referee. Spring season here in Tennessee is kind of the busiest time of year for a lot of us because we've got high school boys season. There's a lot of travel soccer going on. I also do college and some like semi-pro, non-pro, recreational adult stuff. So I'm pretty much reffing just about every night of the week between all those different groups and stuff like that. And then my, regular job, my regular responsibilities with my wife and everything. Friday nights have not been a good night to sit down, set up the whole thing, go live and chat for an hour. But the other part of that is, and probably this actually is probably the bigger factor to why, because I've done later streams when I've got home. I've done like 9:30, 10 o'clock live streams. Probably the bigger factor why I haven't been doing many live streams lately is none of the stuff I'm interested in is really fun to talk about right now. United, in the toilet going down the drain. Somehow we have the FA Cup final coming up, but everything else has just been disaster. You know, Nashville SC is worst season in team history. Had a little bounce back last week against Montreal Club de Foot, but then last night against Charlotte back down 1-0 loss. So it's I haven't felt like talking about it. Bums me out. There's enough like stuff that's bumming me out in the world that I don't want to like sit down for an hour and bring more depression into the world by just talking about how bad all my teams are. So I'm still watching. I'm still going to games. I'm still subjecting myself to the abuse that is watching these teams, but I just don't feel like the additional sitting down for an hour to talk about how bad they are is something I need to be doing right now. So they'll be coming back. Make sure you subscribe to the channel with the alerts turned on, because eventually things are going to settle down and I'll get back into doing more live streams and stuff like that. But last few weeks, it's been rough. It's been not very fun to talk about. Like, you can probably tell from like the game day vlogs recently I've put out from Nashville SC games. Before the Montreal one, the Montreal one was obviously fun because like we went out and had a big win, but it's been very hard to be enthusiastic about Nashville SC lately. So, you know, like I said, I think the whole thing I said with that Montreal vlog was, try to get some positivity going. I'm just going to be positive. I'm going to be positive. And I'm still trying to get that mindset going. It hasn't been working too well lately, but that's what we're shooting for. Maybe this week where I got just nothing but myself, I can just completely engage and be like, smile all week. Be happy, Uncle Mad. All right, getting ready to head to Lost Patty. Lineup just dropped for the Manchester United-Arsenal match. Man United clinging on to a top 10 spot. Arsenal going for a league title. Ugh. And it looks like a reserve team lineup, basically, or like a preseason friendly lineup. It's just been so rough. Like, I've barely talked to United at all on the channel recently because it has been so rough. But I'll probably do a big post-mortem vlog when the season's over and see where we're going from here, because it's been rough. It's been rough. That was a dog bark. I should make note before we get to the Lost Patty for the United match that I think this has popped up a few times on the channel when we've been there and recorded for match days, but Jesta has made a claim that she's the lucky charm and they only win when she's there. Obviously, she's on her way out of the country, so she won't be there today. So if you are a betting person and are somehow able to travel back in time and watch this before the match, which is going to be published Monday, so after the match, I've kind of got myself in a pit with her. Travel back in time, bet against Manchester United, because Jess is not going to be at the bar. She's the lucky charm. They always lose when she's not there. Although I think they've lost sometimes when she's there too, so I don't know if that's exactly accurate. United lose to Arsenal 1-0. It was a weird match. It was like hard to know what to root for in this match because the season's done for United. There's nothing they can achieve in the Premier League this season. If anything, we're better off like falling down the table and not getting stuck in like the Europa Conference League next season. But if we had somehow pulled a miracle and beat Arsenal today, that would have only benefited City, because Arsenal and City are neck and neck in the race for the Premier League title. And honestly, Arsenal winning the title doesn't really bother me. I'm sick of City winning it every year. So we played hard. We didn't get embarrassed. We had some good chances. We looked, solid for the lack of quality we had in the squad. So you don't ever want to lose, but I mean, lost with a little bit of dignity today, maybe, I guess, and hurt our direct rivals maybe a little bit, but I don't know. There are a few better ways to exercise the demons and treat the mental health problems you have from your pro sports teams than by just doing a little bit of yard work. So we're going to cut the grass. I will say this is the first time I've done yard work, cut the grass, weed eated it since the major cicada invasion of 2024 really got underway. There was hints of it. I've maybe seen some videos that showed that there was a few dead cicadas in my car and everything, but they are full on. I don't know if the camera can pick up the sound of it, but they're just echoing everywhere. You see them kind of buzzing around. I haven't had too many situations where they've been like crashing into me like they have in, past major invasions. I know there was like stuff in the past where they said like, lawnmower, the cicadas think it's their own sound, so they'll crash into you if you're cutting the yard. So we'll see how that goes here. But yeah, the electric mower's been great. We had a video about that earlier. I'll keep posting about that because that's something people are very interested in. I thought that's the top of a fire pole. There was a bug on my head there. But another thing is I've got these Beats. These are my new running headphones. I replaced my old Beats after they did not survive more than an hour in the Walt Disney World Marathon. Go back and watch that video. I'm just referencing a lot of old stuff. So if you're new to the channel, you're missing all this stuff. But these are like super noise canceling. So two things are happening right now. I'm not hearing the cicadas. I can still hear them, which is crazy, but I'm not hearing them maybe as much as I would. But also, I'm probably being super loud compared to like what I would normally be, because these are just like knocking me out. So like, I've been running with these. Jessica, shout out Jessica. She got me these for my birthday. So I've been running with them for a little over a month. When I run like around the neighborhood, it's probably not that safe because I can't hear cars. I don't hear anything. Like if a car's coming up behind me, I hear like a slight buzz. So they're good for the greenway, but they might be like deadly when I'm actually running on the roads or something like that. But they're cool. The sound quality is great. So, and I've only had to charge them like twice in a month. So they definitely replace the old Beats well. But I think that's the trend with Apple products, like where it's the Apple Watch, iPhones, whatever. 2 years in, they just do not hold battery. And I think that's like a built-in thing Apple probably does to make their products die quicker the longer you have them, so that you have to buy the newer model. I don't know. Conspiracy theory. Let's cut the grass. Neighborhood cat alert. One in the yard came around from out back. Here's a furry friend hanging out. He got a little spooked when I first came around the corner, but he's locked eyes on me now. We are forever entwined. You and me, neighborhood cat. We're part of this. Jess is gone. Nothing can stop me from bringing you into the home. Garage is wide open, neighborhood cat. If you want to go in there and make a home, there'd be nothing to stop you. Yeah, just go ahead. Take yourself a little cat nap right there in the yard. Good shady spot in the freshly mowed grass. Good decision by you, neighborhood cat. Should you change your mind? I just noticed that our house looks like a big smiley face. Does anybody else see this? Am I crazy? How have I just not noticed? Oh, what a day for me. Hey, Uncle Mad. Pay attention to this, Uncle Mad. Put this in Catterday and the regular Sunday vlog. Put it in both. This is a note to self for the future, because my mind is blown that I just now realized our house is a big smiley face, like emoji type house. Am I crazy? Does anybody else see this? Yeah, I was going to go talk to the neighborhood cat and invite him to come into the smiley face house, but he has headed for the hills. He's off into the wilderness now. Sorry to have started you, neighborhood cat. I wanted you to become a part of our family, but on you go to your next adventure. This is what happens when Jessica leaves the country. Done mowing. No cicada attacks. We'll say, by the time I was done mowing, I don't go back and watch the original mowing vlog. This will all be very interesting to everybody. By the time I was mowing today, we were down to one blinking light on the battery charge. So I don't know if it was a little thicker, the grass today, so I don't know if that took more power, so it wore the battery out more, or just, like I mentioned with like the Apple Watch, the Beats, that just over time batteries don't hold their charge as well. Do we need to get a second battery just as a backup in case the mower battery dies with a little bit of grass left? I had about like 5 minutes left of mowing left when I noticed it was starting to blink, that it was on its last icon of charge. So it finished it out, no problem there, but might need to acquire a second backup battery. So just like I said, I will always keep you all posted on the status of the electric mower, and that's the latest update. Got the whole yard cut, no issues, no problems, but it is showing less battery life by the time I finish now than by the time I finish the first couple mows. So something to take note of. All right, so as I mentioned previously, it is in fact Mother's Day at the time of filming, so I have to do my due diligence as a good son today. My mom said there was something specifically at the TJ Maxx at Opry Mills Mall that she wanted, so I'm gonna go in here and see if I can actually find it. And then we're gonna go meet up with the family for some dinner, so. I hate the mall. Malls are weird. TJ Maxx is weird, but to two together, it's going to be weird. I couldn't find exactly what my mom had sent me. I was looking for. I thought I saw something that might be similar, but didn't want to risk it. So, tried and true gift card, which super excited. I braved the terrible mall to get a gift card, but anything from my mother. So for reasons that are unclear to me, but I guess, you know, to pay respects to the moms, my family has decided to go big tonight for Mother's Day, and instead of going to like Logan's Steakhouse or Texas Roadhouse or something like we would probably normally do, we're going to the Old Hickory Steakhouse in the Opryland Hotel. So I wanted to highlight, I'm parking here on the back side of the mall parking lot near where the movie theater here is at the Regal Opry Mills, whatever you call it, because it's free parking, at least in certain areas of the parking lot. You can park for free if you're eating at the hotel. They'll validate your parking at the hotel, but then you'd also have to tip for the valet, which is not the worst thing in the world, but spending money at the steakhouse, we gotta save what we can. And this is kind of like a hack for if you're coming over here. If you ever come to Opry Mills Mall, it's a big popular place that people come and walk around, especially Christmas time, summers even a little bit, when they have the special decorations and stuff like that. But it's always park at the mall, back corner of the mall near the movie theater. Just walk straight over. There's a walkway that goes right over there. As I say that, the main chunk of the parking lot that is directly adjacent to the walkway has now become paid parking. Like you can see there, scan after you park to pay to get this like front section, but I mean still, like look right here. All this is just regular mall parking right here, but this front 2 to 3 rows right here is now paid parking. So if you can't walk more than 3 rows over, you will still have to pay, but you can just park here like everybody else did. This whole lot over here is also like, this is more like Opry House, like paid parking if you're coming for a show at the Grand Ole Opry or something like that. Christmas time, this is all gonna be full up with everybody coming over to like visit the resort and see all the activities that are going on during Christmas, but this time of year, nothing going on. And it's been a while since we did the Christmas season over here. We did like a whole staycation, me and Jesta over here a couple of years ago. I think it was like 2021. You can probably find that on the channel, but like this is like one of the first times I've been over here and like seen how barren this space actually is when they don't have all the Christmas stuff like up. Like usually like, they got the ice skating rink over here and the slides and all kinds of other stuff going on. Now there's just some random like geese doing geese things over there. Yeah, good thing Jess is not here. She hates these things. It's actually kind of crazy. They've got the Gaylord Opryland like event center in this huge lot here. This is, I mean, like I said, this is all like decked out when it's Christmas season. Like inside here is where like ice and like the movie things are, but like it's like you do like a summer concert series or somehow find a way to make use of the space. I don't know. The bigger bummer about this big empty lot is this is where, when this was the greater use of the space, was Opryland USA. This was Grizzly River Rampage, the splash and wet boat ride. Kind of sat here for years afterwards. You used to be able to kind of, if you knew how to do it, you could sneak in here and just kind of wander around through where the rapids once existed. All right, we're making our way in. This place is really pretty luxurious. I don't know when, but sometime soon we're gonna have to do another staycation because this place is pretty daggum glorious. I don't know where the steakhouse is. That has just occurred to me that I'm very lost right now. One thing I have wanted to do that we're probably gonna have to finally pull the trigger on at some point this summer is they built a indoor water park here. I think we showed a little bit of it when me and Justin did the staycation here, the Sound Waves water park in the hotel, where it's got like an outdoor indoor part, but it's mainly only for hotel guests. You pay like a exorbitant amount of money to get in if you're not a hotel guest. So we've looked at it a few times about coming in and doing the Sound Waves water park thing, but it's never been able to line up properly. But gonna have to do that soon. I think this summer is gonna finally be when we finally do Sound Waves. It's been like 4 or 5 years it's been open. We haven't done it yet. All right, so we are on the right path. We just got to keep wandering around. Originally, I felt like the Old Hickory Steakhouse was like in the older section of the hotel, but it's in the Delta, which is the newest area, I believe. We're on the right path. It's around here somewhere. All right, so we have officially arrived. This is the Old Hickory Steakhouse. I think I'm the first one to get here, though. So this little bar area called the library. I am not a drinker, but while I wait for the rest of the party, you know, to document everything, check it out, might as well head in there. If nobody's here. If everybody's here, we'll just go to the table. Asking how much of a drinker, we always should stuff out. This espresso martini. That's Justice drink, so I gotta go with that. I have a feeling Justice already had quite a few of these down in the Dominican Republic, so the least I can do is have one in her honor. But, you know, not a drinker, but, you know, times like these you do things.
Got the bill. This is what happened. And see, it was
you passed it to Terry and said Happy Father's Day?
No. He looked at me and he said, "Are you?" It was terrible.
Dry aged ribeye, lobster, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, potatoes.
Friends, I just want to say bon appetit over here.
It's so filling.
Wow. You got lobster, mashed potatoes, and they bring you out like a little cup of lobster bisque to serve as the gravy.
Oh my God!
All my days. We're doing good tonight. That was a good meal. I would say places like me and Jess have been in the past, like Oak, Bourbon Steakhouse, a little bit better overall than this one. Sides were great. The lobster mashed potatoes with like lobster bisque to be the gravy was great, but my steak was just okay. And like that's kind of like the main thing that should be really the deal breaker, the main like accoutrement of a steakhouse is the steak. So my steak was just okay. So you really can't beat the ambiance though. There's like the Delta setting around you because we were kind of like on an outside patio table that was kind of like in the middle of the Delta. That was probably the best part of the meal, was just kind of the atmosphere, the setting, things like that. So, you know, like I said, I think the big thing me and Jess are gonna have to do if she ever comes back from the Dominican Republic is we'll have to come back here and do another staycation here, do sound waves. Because when we came here before, I was actually talking with my family about it, was kind of right on the edge of the post bad times. So like things were still a little not fully operational. So maybe come back like now that the hotel's back to its like full glory, full grandeur, and it's really dark now. You can barely see me anymore, but great time. Happy to celebrate mothers. Good meal. Got some leftovers to get me through the week while Justa's down in the Dominican Republic, so can't complain too much. Do want to shout out our server, Taylor. He was awesome, spot on, super enthusiastic, super helpful, super great with everything. If you come to Old Hickory Steakhouse, try to get Taylor as your server. He was a good guy. But it is a little overpriced, you know. I would rather go to Bourbon or like Oak or one of like the other steakhouses we've been to in the past. Probably have videos from those. Go check those out. Oh, I'm back. You can see me now. So I'm making my way back to the car, and I was kind of like looking at the movie theater because I've been trying to come up with ideas of things to do to keep myself occupied, but also like come up with content for the channel while I've got this Bachelor week to myself. And I don't know, the last time I went to a movie, so maybe like I'll go see a movie this week and do a review here on the channel. I don't know though, because I don't know what's really out right now that would be worth going to see. Like Fall Guy is out. I don't know if that's worth, you know, the cost of going to see a movie. Dune 2, maybe that's still in theaters. I definitely want to see that. I don't know. Could be something. Maybe we'll go do a Buster's Day, have some fun at Buster's, go to a movie. Probably not. Probably just be cooking vlogs at home is going to be what a lot this week is. But, you know, you never know. The possibilities are endless because it's Bachelor week. Okay, yeah. Back home, whole crew's here. Everybody's in attendance. Fun night, good meal, happy Mother's Day. I had some additional thoughts I wanted to share about Old Hickory Steakhouse because it's, you know, a place that might be on some people's list of a nice place to go have a meal here in the Nashville area. I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's on par with like the Bourbons, the Oaks, some of the nicer places we've been to. But I was kind of thinking on the way home, I think part of that might be because it's in Opryland Hotel, which is largely a convention-based, you know, hotel. So it's probably a place where like it's a lot more people who are like they're on business. They've maybe got their business accounts. They can just pay whatever they want to pay, so the expenses aren't that much. But, for me, if I'm going to eat an expensive meal like that, I had a dry-aged ribeye. It was $80. If I'm going to pay $80 for a ribeye, that ribeye got to knock my socks off. And for me, the ribeye wasn't anything to write home about. The mashed potatoes, lobster mashed potatoes, was great. But, you can throw lobster in anything and probably have a success. But the one thing that kind of cued me into this was they had a seafood tower as an appetizer that was $150. Maybe I'm just a poor, and we've joked about me being not a rich, but the truth is I am a poor. I ain't paying $150 for an appetizer any day of the week. So the only thing I could think was this must be the kind of thing where there's 10 business guys who are here for a convention and they're put it on the business Amex, the $150 seafood tower, let's roll type thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but that's just kind of my thought process. I kind of thought more about the restaurant. But yeah, I was good. Ambiance great. Service great. Lobster mashed potatoes great. Once again, you put lobster in anything, you probably can't go wrong. But, I kind of felt like I could go to Kroger, buy a $40 steak and do better. And if I can do that, why am I paying $80 for a steak? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. It was probably a good thing I went there tonight. This place that me and Just had on the list as maybe a place to go to together for one of our special occasion type things. But I think we can cross that off the list, and I probably save her the trouble of doing that. Because it was like I said, Bourbon, Oak, Sperry's, Hall, some of these other places around the Nashville area that we've been to, just you take a bite of the steak and you're this is why we came here. I didn't get that with the steak tonight. I think I could do better. Maybe I will. Maybe that's the thing I could do for some content this week while everybody's out of town, is make my own steak that's better than that one. I don't know. We'll see. Day 1 of Bachelor week is officially in the books. One day closer to my beautiful wife, Jess, being back home in my loving arms. Yeah, we're going to try to keep some stuff going. I'm trying to have a little bit more. Can y'all chill? For the love of God, good grief. Try to have some content, I don't know if we'll do daily videos, but, I'll probably do a little bit more than I have been doing recently just because I've got time. I've got, time is on my side. Is that a thing? I don't know. But stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell on for notifications. We'll definitely have a game day vlog coming up after Wednesday's Nashville SC match. Then another one Saturday noon. Atlanta comes to town. Local rivalry, local derby. I'm going to try to get back on the Friday live stream. So Friday night we'll probably do a live stream. So like I said, we're going to try to get some stuff going here. Try to have some stuff up this week. Subscribe, turn the bell on for notifications so you don't miss anything that we do. Thanks for watching as always. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and to everybody else, enjoy your bagels.